Hi, everybody. Welcome to Strip Journey. It's season 2. It's episode 26. I'm back and I'm very much looking forward to my next guest because finally we go to Berlin and I have with me Anastasia June. Hi, Anastasia.
Hello, hello,
So
hello.
great to hear you. Can you give a quick introduction about yourself for people who don't know you?
Yeah, sure. So, hello everyone. My name is Anastasia Djuna or just Djuna. I'm an experimental dancer from Europe now, but originally from Ukraine.
Nice. And you say experimental dancer. Can you tell us a bit about your dance story, your background?
Actually, it was like super basic for each Ukrainian dancer. First, I was dancing kind of Ukrainian folklore dancing, which like I think everyone started from this one. Then after 10 years being in the like this Ukrainian folklore dancing group, I switched to hip hop because maybe I thought that okay, maybe it's now not too trendy to dance folklore dancing, and then I moved for hip hop. Then I danced hip hop for maybe 2 3 years. It was really different stuff. It wasn't like old school hip hop and everything, like with groove and stuff like this. It was more like I would say now experimental hip hop because we used a lot of like popping techniques or some I don't know strobing techniques and so on and so on. Actually, we used also a lot of like spaces for dancing. I think my first hip hop teacher, he was underground dancer for sure. So we used a lot stuff from electro and from different like styles, but not really groovy. And I think from that moment I got some knowledges, and also maybe I got some my taste for dancing, if I can say it. So and then after years in this sphere, in this stage, I realized that actually I don't want to dance hip hop because maybe it was not right moment for me, but I just stopped liking hip hop because of maybe outfit, maybe of some battle scene. Because actually, as for battles, I don't really like battles and like concept of battle when you have to compare two people at the moment. So I started to look around, like what can I find, and then I watched like by accident I watched a video of Agni team at World of Dance some years ago, and then like immediately I fall in love with frame up. So I've never actually experienced this feeling. It was something inside of like, yes, this the moment, this style I want to dance. And so in this situation I met firstly frame up. Actually, I don't want to say that I'm dancing just frame up. And even when I put my shoes on, I don't want to say, yes, I am frame up dancer. I want to be just experimental dancer, which is dancing from time to time with strip shoes, from time to time with heels, like just normal high heels, and from time to time without shoes, like at all. So now my perspective is more like experiment with dancing, with music, with shoes, and some stuff.
That's really interesting. So you said you saw Agni. So I mean, then what did you start? How did you get into it? Did you just get the shoes and start going, or?
Yeah, it was actually I saw Agni, and then I realized like okay, I want to try this. So I just took some shoe from my prom, I think, just really ugly high heels, and then I tried a lot of like times. I started to make my own choreographies, but then I realized that for somehow it looked really shitty. Yeah, because when you don't really realize what makes frame up really aesthetic style, and then I didn't realize. But then I realized that okay, maybe it's my feet, which are like this, like when you're not doing pointed feet, but like this, and like some lines, and then When Corona started, I went to the capital of Ukraine, to Kiev, and then I took my first like 2, 3 classes of frame up. And then I was like, then I realized, okay, I did some mistakes there. And then I just came back home. And then Corona started. I mean, the quarantine, so isolation started. And I had a lot of time actually to train with myself. So I just put my heels on and I did some stuff I liked. That's it. So I did, and then um, I was I was like, okay, now maybe I'm dancing frame up.
Nice. And now you're in Berlin and you teach in Berlin.
Yeah. Yes.
And how is it going in Berlin with the frame up, with the getting girls interested? You have a crew. How's it going with all of that?
Yeah, so firstly, when I came here, like either I didn't know about anyone or there were no people dancing frame up, because I think like the most concentration of frame up dancers, they are either in Prague, like European capital of frame up, or in east of Europe. Here the situation was like I didn't find anyone to take classes with, so I just started to teach my classes. And firstly, for sure, it was like these classes were like floor work stuff, floor work choreo with sexy elements. Then we got to floor work hill choreo, and then I started to input some like names for my like posters or so for workshops like frame up frame up strip and so on and so on. So it was really like step by step, because for sure, no one knew about that. And now Berlin community like dancers, they some of them still for sure don't know about like frame up, but some of them are already have already some knowledges about frame up. And as for the team, so firstly, I decided that I want to do like something more than just open classes, just regular classes. So I created some video project for anyone who wanted to take part. And I invited some people. So if you want to, for example, just learn one choreo, then work on the choreo, and then at the end you can film it. Then first group of people that came after that, I saw them and I was like, I should crew actually, because they are dancing really nice, and I can see a lot of potential in these people. And I was like, yes, okay, let's start. Then I invited all the girls from this group to try like being in a crew. And then I just invited some people from time to time. We did some auditions to join our crew, and now it is what it is.
Nice. And now the girls from your crew also teach.
Yeah, and I'm so proud of it. Actually, we worked a lot firstly, and some of girls for sure before they were teachers already, so they were teaching, for example, in Ukraine. But after learning some foundations, learning some choreos, they started to open their own groups. The fact that we are super proud of, that we have like regular class in Berlin that's called like Innuendo class, where girls from the crew are teaching, like they are changing each week, and people from Berlin, they can come to the group, attend this class, and try different styles of frame up, because different teachers are actually teaching.
But your crew, you both do competition, but you've done also some video projects with them as well.
Yes. So, firstly, I wanted to create crew not to compete, but mostly for maybe expressing some ideas I would love to create or I would love to show. Firstly, the idea was like just doing some projects, like video project, maybe expressing some really interesting topics, because so far we are doing the just dancing projects only in the frames of psychological topics, and now we are preparing big performance, big strip theater, which will be all about mental diseases, mental disorder, such as like panic attacks, some bipolarity, and so on and so on and so on. Yeah, and we are working, but then we realized that okay, but for having a name in Berlin community, we have to compete also as well, because it's like water dance. It's really famous stage when you can show yourself. And for second year, we are coming to stage, and we want to keep going. It's really different type of experience, I would say, because video projects are one one sphere, but these competitions are totally another stuff. But we like both.
Yeah. And how did it work with competitions?
It's interesting. I mean, yeah, I like actually to prepare something like really detailed, like really how to say it? Yeah, precisely. I like to clean choreographies. I like to change some details inside the performance. Just when we just learn, for example, some chorus, it's just like we learn, we, for example, film or not film, or just like dance, and we forget it forever. But doing performance, it's like another small life that you are living just, for example, for 1 month or 2 months, you're living just for the performance, and your only goal is to do this performance at the end of the period. So I like it more to set small goals for the crew. And then also girls, they have more motivation, they understand why we are doing, why we are going to competitions. Then for some girls in my crew, for example, first word dance performance, it was the first performance on the stage ever in their life. I think it's really nice experience, everyone liked it.
And everybody liked it? How did it go? Also for the team, kind of the results and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we are super young team. And we exist only for 2 years for now. And each result we got, I think it was unexpected, because no one actually expected us being, for example, being in finals of World of Dance. So the fact it's the fact we are super proud of. And for sure, like, it showed for some girls that dancing can be also really, really stressful. It's not only about enjoying or getting fun. Dancing can be stressful. You should suffer from time to time to get some results. And it was, I think, some point we've learned together.
But how about for yourself, right? You also go travel and teach, and you also go and collaborate with other teachers.
Actually, collaborating with other dancers, like, is my favorite part of dancing, like, at all, I think, because it's super close exchanging of energy. And like, comparing, for example, to workshop, I would go to some workshop of teacher. I'm just learning the choreography, I dance it, and then okay, I try it, and that's it. But when I'm collaborating with people, it's really nice because you can see like material that teacher can create, musicality, and the most interesting stuff for me is like way of creating, because I actually can take a lot from people when they are creating, much more than when I, for example, learn in the workshop. And it's really, really interesting because each time you are kind of, you can see the person naked, because we are creating something from the scratch, and it's really interesting. And it works like with everything. So I mean, with each country, actually. I'm just trying to find person, like, it happens either by accident, or I can, for example, see some Instagram accounts of people, and then I'm like, I want to collaborate with you so much. So let's do something.
Do you have a favorite story from a collaboration with somebody?
I think each collaboration had really nice background. It's like all the stories are different and unique, and I like actually everything. But I don't have one particular story.
You yourself also are invited to come around and teach quite a bit at different places. And I remember from your classes, your way of teaching, it's both really fun. Of course, there is the choreo, but then also when you teach improvisation and you also teach like body control, body technique.
Yes.
How this is this something that you identified as really important for dancers in strip or
Yeah, actually, I would say like this body controlling, it's like alphabet for dancer. So if you want to, for example, dance one style, for sure, firstly you should get some technique or some foundation of the style, so you can easily dance the style. But before, I think it's really nice to understand that okay, my body has like this amount of muscles or this amount of points I can bend, or how my muscles actually are working. Can I release them? Can I do some contractions with muscles? Can I do some release here and contraction here? And it's always really interesting for me to discover body in this way. So I think that body controlling and actually exercises for coordination, for example, that I taught also in Prague, it's my favorite ones because firstly, it can be never enough. So I'm teaching this stuff, I'm dancing, I'm training it for myself, and it's never enough. So I'm trying to get better, 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 but it's like it's endless. It's endless way. It's first stuff. And second stuff, I like it because, as I already thought, I don't like to be just frame up dancer. That's why I'm trying to train for myself or teach some exercises that can match for a lot of styles at the same time. So doing body controlling, I think it's really nice for like literally for everything. And even if you are not dancing, for example, and you are going, I don't know, to yoga class, then you understand, okay, it's my right leg, it can work like this, okay, there's my limits, so I can push my limits, and so on and so on. So, and saying about these coordinational exercises, they are my favorite because maybe it could sound weird, but I like when I struggle a lot, and I think that like training the brain is the same like has the same importance as training body. Well, like if you're just working on your body, it's you cannot get progress super fast, but when you're training also your brain, which is really interesting also, you can get progress faster and you can push your limits of, for example, creativity also, not just technique.
yeah, that's interesting. And yeah, we do need to suffer, but at least we get to suffer with Britney Spears in your classes, so that's always nice.
Yeah, actually, it was super random choice of music, but it matched perfectly. I think it's something really funny at the same time you are struggling. I love this stuff.
Nice. So, how would you describe your own style? You said experimental dancer. So, where do you start from? For example, when you make choreos and things.
Actually, it depends on situation because each choreo is made like in different situations with different moods. So, for example, when I have music which inspires me, then everything is going super fast, super like I could create choreo for I don't know half an hour if music really inspires me. If I have some problems with music, then it could be forever. Actually, I could define it like it's mathematics. So I have music, I have like 4/8, let's go. I'm doing la 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 and so on and so on. But I don't really like the moments when music isn't leading me. So I'm trying always to choose songs for sure that I like. Otherwise, I'm struggling.
Yeah. And then, I mean, you always have really interesting musicality. You always find there's some kind of special moments in the choreography. Is this driven then by the musicality or by the body or?
I don't know. I didn't graduate it, but I I was trying to go to musical
Ah,
school. Also, my mom is a musician, so from the childhood, I think I have a lot of experience with different types of music and with some like exploring music styles, exploring like vocals, like lyrics and everything. And I think it's something that just came. It was like always next to me. That's why it's like part of my creation. but I wouldn't say that I did something like on purpose to get something.
Yeah, well, that makes sense with the musical background for sure.
Yeah.
So you very often, I mean, also starting off in Berlin and very often on convention stuff, you teach beginners. How
Yeah.
how do you approach teaching beginners?
Actually, it's also one of my favorite parts because beginners is really, really, if I can say it, like it's really good material for creating, for doing new stuff. First of all, for sure, it depends on beginner. If you are a beginner and you are just going for, I wouldn't say for fun, but because you have nothing to do, and then you're coming to the class, and then you don't have any interest on everything, then okay, I'm not talking about this group. But when you are a beginner and you are really tending to learn something new, and it's really nice, firstly, to show people that dancing is really actually easy to do if you put some efforts. And then people can see results super fast if they are doing everything structured, firstly, and then with desire to do. And it's my favorite part because seeing progress with beginners, it's like much more obvious than seeing progress for sure with already, I would say, either professional dancer or with the person who already have danced for a lot of years, for example. And then also I like the situation when beginners are struggling firstly, and then they are kind of they should step over the step when they, okay, I have to do it, it's hard, and then they are doing, and then they were like, ah, okay, so that's why we struggled that much.
Yeah, it's that moment when you have the stuff fall into place, right?
Yeah,
Do you have any advice for beginners or for people who want to start?
I would say the best advice is to develop and explore your body and muscles and body parts, and trying to realize how you can express, for example, different emotions through your body. So, for example, when my body is, when I'm upset, so what can my body can dance? Can it be soft? Or, for example, when I'm upset, maybe I want to express my sadness through really, really tense muscles. When you connect your body to your mind, like immediately, I think it makes much more sense to begin dancing.
What's next for you? What are your next plans?
So, as I already told, we are planning to do big strip theater. We just hope that everything we can manage to do everything, like from organizational side. So now I want to put all my efforts, all my time to, for sure, to improve like Innuendo as a group, as a brand, as a name, as everything. So we are working now in this direction. But for me, as for a teacher, for sure, like for me, like for Djuna, I would say that for now it's really interesting for me to go from the country to country and teach, because all the students, they are super different, and they like from country to country they have different approaches for teaching, for dancing, for learning, for performing. And for example, how different is Asia from Europe, like teaching wise, learning wise, and performance wise. So it's really interesting, and I'm tending to explore word scene more now. And for sure, my dream is that coming to some parts of Asia, for example, coming to some countries in Europe, I'm telling like, yes, I'm dancing frame up, and they are like, yes, we know what is it actually. And like, you don't have to show us video or explain that, yes, I'm dancing with really high heels. So the goal for now is like, not everyone for sure, but a lot of people, especially the like dancing community, they know about frame up.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, and that's kind of our goal. That we popularize it. There are more people. It's more fun when
Yeah.
we are more. I mean, I don't know how secret it is. Can you tell more about your strip theater? So, is it going to be in Berlin? Is there any timelines? Are you Anything you can
Yeah,
or want to share?
yeah. So only stuff I can share for now. So the like strip theater, the topic of this theater will be, all as I told already, mental disorders. So we will try to explore mental disorders and express them with help of frame up movements and everything. So unfortunately, that's everything I can say for now.
Nice.
But yeah, but all the stuff will be posted soon,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
hope.
All right, I have a bunch of questions I usually ask everybody just to hear more about them. I'm trying to remember. I think I've seen you in both. Do you prefer boots or sandals when you dance?
It is a good question nowadays. I think now it's sandals because of visual side. Because sandals are, they are showing your arch in more elegant way. They are showing your legs. Legs have like more light vision, I would say, and like it gives more aesthetic than boots. But if I'm dancing something that when I have to fix my feet a lot, then I would prefer boots for sure, because sandals are a little dangerous for this stuff.
Do you have somebody who's like your inspiration in frame up or in strips? Somebody whose videos you look forward to and stuff?
I wouldn't say I have one or two like people that inspire me. It's like everything around, and mostly I get a lot of inspiration not from like mostly not from dancers, not from dancing, but from music and from other parts of other ways of art,
Nice.
like photographies, maybe some weird video projects, video clips, weird artists, a lot of stuff with like performances, but not only dance performances, but also like some immersive theaters and so on and so on.
Nice. So you find your inspiration in other art as well. Yeah.
Yes, 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 yes.
How about projects and things that you have joined that are not your own? Do you have any favorite one you want to talk about?
Yeah, actually, I had like both good and bad experience for sure with projects, but I wouldn't tell that this one was the best. Like from each project, I have learned something, and I would say it's the best part. So not project by itself, but what stuff can I take from the project.
Fair. And do you have your own favorite choreo that you've done with the giant heels?
I think no, because actually I'm so picky with with stuff I did. I would say if I like music, then I will like what I did. Then I listen to music like again, 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 again. Then I'm kind of bored of music, and then I'm like, I don't really like this score anymore. But mostly because of music, because everything is based. From time to time, I can find some interesting decisions choreo wise, but then it becomes super fast something which is basic stuff
Yeah.
for me. So I'm like, okay,
May-
let's move on.
Maybe I turn this question on you and ask you, do you have a favorite choreo you like to teach?
It's like every time my like depends on the period of life. My favorite choreo to teach is the choreo I taught less of all of everything. So like more I teach choreo, more I hate it.
Fair enough.
It's like yeah, it's like it's becoming super boring already to teach you. You can firstly I'm trying to find like maybe another style or another way of teaching for this choreo, maybe to challenge myself, maybe trying to mirror my choreo while teaching this choreo. It okay in this situation it can be funny, but if I teach this choreo like a lot of times, then no. Yeah, I'm starting to hate it so much.
Nice. Can you describe frame up in one word?
Diversity.
Nice. And do you have, we talked a little about this, but do you have like a favorite moment or a favorite story from when you were teaching?
Each time I'm teaching some coordinational
Hello.
exercises. It's really funny actually to observe and to watch like what faces students have. And also each time I'm visiting new country because of dancing. I think it's also one of the most favorite my parts for dancing.
Do you have like a fun fact or something about yourself that your students might not know you want to share?
Yeah, I could share. So from my childhood, I always, and maybe for now as well, I wanted to work as the cashier at register in grocery. Like always, I don't know what interacts me, but it's like my secret dream. Maybe one day, like I know that like monotone scheduled job is not for me at all, and I understand that this job requires a lot of monotone doing something, actually also like waking up early, which is also not my stuff. And I would love to just maybe try for one day working like as a cashier.
Maybe there's a project waiting there, something with a bit more repetitive stuff, a bit of Pina Bausch style, repetitive.
Yes.
Nice. Okay, that's a really fun one. Do you have any messages you want to say to people who are listening?
Yeah, actually, I would love to tell anyone, especially beginners, that coming to the class, for example, to workshop, you don't have to do everything immediately. I mean, you don't have to get the choreo immediately, dance the choreo immediately, or I don't know, learn the choreo immediately, everything. So being immediately in something means that you already did this type of stuff a lot of times before. But when you are coming, for example, to experimental class or to workshop where the teacher has really different foundation and basic from yours, it's actually not possible to get everything immediately. So I would tell people should be less picky, upset after the class. And maybe it's really nice when person takes something, even if it's really hard, the person is working on this hardness, and then they can manage everything, actually.
Is there anything about Djuna the teacher or Djuna the artist that you still want to share?
I just hope that we can dance together with all frame up dancers as soon as possible. I know also that there are a lot of events this autumn happen. First of all, this event in Prague, a really big one. I would be really happy to see everyone there. And also they are preparing some stage for dancers who would like to perform. It will be really interesting. And also in Tallinn, girls will organize a really big project. It's called Gala, where you can perform, where you can battle in different styles with different people, which is also really interesting. So I'm looking forward. Actually, I'm looking forward for each event, frame up event, because for sure in Europe there are not so many, but they are super. Because of this, I appreciate them so much.
Thank you for joining me. Thank you for sharing. And we're
Thank
very
you.
much looking forward to seeing at all the different events and your classes in Prague this year. Thank you so much.
Thank you for inviting me.